Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to field strip and clean the Kimber 1911 Raptor II. So let's just get started. The first thing we want to do is obviously we want to make sure there's no magazine in the magazine well. We'll check to make sure that the firearm has no round in it before we get started. We are going to take the slide to the rear and lock it in place. And then we're going to take this special tool, tool. You could use anything really small, like a paper clip or something, but this is what comes with the firearm to basically hold the slide back to take the tension off the spring so you can release it. There's a small hole right there. You just take the small end and put it in there, and then just release the slide onto it, and then just ever so slightly slide the slide forward until you see this little bitty divot, if you will, in the slide. This little bitty divot. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Right there. And then we're going to line that up with the slide lock lever. Now, on the other side of this, what we're going to do is we're going to push this little the other side of the slide lock part, and it'll, because of where we have it lined up, it should just come forward. So yeah, you can see it's kind of coming forward there. Okay, just take that out and set that over to the side. Now that we've done that, basically all the tension, you'll notice there's a lot of tension on this thing now. It's basically holding that spring. So now we can just slide the slide right off the end, take the frame and set it over to the side. And then the next thing we're going to do is we need to take the slide spring out. This comes out this way, right? You can see there's our little deal that's holding it back. And then the barrel on 1911s, as usual, comes right out the front. Okay. So the first thing I do is cleaning is to give a little spray down the barrel. I'm just going to let that kind of sit over to the side, and while that's sitting, I'm going to do a quick clean of the slide. So I use these little t-shirt swabs that I get on Amazon for this. It works out great. I like to use the wooden end of these little Q-tips to kind of get down in these crevices in the slide. One of the most important things, obviously, is the slide groove here on each side, on both sides. So we want to get in there real good with our little tip, with the little t-shirt swab. You'll notice, there's definitely some goop down in there. And I use the soft brush. There's a little spray on that to kind of clean down in there. One good little spray down in there, the barrel well area. We don't want to leave any standing CLP here. Turns out it's a magnet for dust and sand and whatever. So very, very clean and dry. No standing lubricant, CLP. Okay, just kind of give a little slight wipe down to the outside. I have noticed a couple of times there's like some little bitty rust spots or something that show up. Could be because of where I keep it sometimes, but looks pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good there. So we're going to apply a very small amount of CLP to the spring. Again, not too much. Soft brush a little bit. Well, rainy outside. I hear the thunder. Okay, and then we'll focus a bit here on the frame. Barrel is still over there, breaking down whatever gunshot residue or whatever is on it. So I'm putting this on here because I'm actually going to use it to clean up in the magazine well. There's oftentimes grit and stuff in there and dirt, so I'm just making sure that that's getting clean. See, there's stuff in there. Okay, I've still got a little bit of CLP left on my soft brush, so I'm going to use that to kind of scrub down on the top surface of it, of the frame. Okay. Use my little brush there. Again, this is also a great place for the wooden end of these Q-tips. Just kind of checking that. And again, the grooves here where the slide slides onto the frame, that's another very important part, so I kind of use my brush there too, on the outside. And then again, with my handy Okay, really, I'm happy with that. I think we can reassemble it. And to do that, what we're going to do is we'll take the slide and go ahead and put, it would be helpful if I actually cleaned the barrel. Got ahead of myself there slightly. So to do that, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that swab on there, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and run that swab down there. Now this is a 9mm swab. From a Glock Glock cleaning kit, but I use it for most all my firearms. It's just I like the plastic. I don't really like to use metal in here. Yeah, not too bad. It's just a quick field cleaning today. I'm not doing a detailed cleaning. Can actually break it down way more than this, but no need for that today. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of give us a slight wipe down to the outside of the barrel. Make sure there's no standing lubricant around where I sprayed in these ends, the bore here. Okay, so I can get back to the task of putting it together. So to do that, we're going to take the barrel and put it in from the front end. Goes in just like that. I have to take this little heel here and pull it down. Just like so. Kind of line that up a little bit. We're going to need that in a minute. Okay, so then the next step is to drop your spring back in. Do that. This is this curved part right here. It goes on the barrel. And so slide that right back in there, just like so. Just like so. Okay, and then the way I like to do this is I just keep the frame turned upside down, just like this. Feed the frame on. in the grooves. Slide it forward. Okay, just like so. Oop. Okay. Okay, what you're trying to do here is line up that little loop that we saw inside of there with this hole here, because that's where the lock and the takedown, this lever here, go in. So you can see it's already kind of lined up there. That ring, you just kind of bump that over. And then we just go ahead and drop that right back in there, just like so. And then so what we want to do is line up this little divot again. And there's that divot again. I don't know if you can see it. We want to line that up with this little hole here, which is where this is going to pop in. So ultimately there's a little detent right here, a little spring-loaded detent right here, and we'll be able to push this past that once we get that lined up. So carefully line that up. There, see how it's kind of lined up? This little divot is lined up. So you just kind of push up and in, it goes right in. Just like so. Now what we'll do is we'll take the pressure off this pin again. We're going to put it in a lock position just like that, and slide the pin out. It should come out just like that, and that's that. So we'll do a little dry fire test. Looks pretty good. That concludes today's tutorial on cleaning the Kimber 1911 Raptor II. Thank you.